Next week marks the 4th of July holiday. For many, it means some well-earned time off that will be spent with family and friends.
But at Lake Madison, the 4th of July means remembering the loss of a life of a Sioux Falls girl through the result of a terrible accident on the water.
Those familiar with the lake speak of it being crowded on weekends, with some operating boats and jet skis without the knowledge they should have. Those same people are also the ones trying to do something about it. Next week, a lot of people will be here at Lake Madison, marking Independence Day on the water. While it's easy to look ahead to the 4th of July, for people who regularly spend time here, it's the 3rd of July that's tough to think about.
A lot of lives changed that day.
It is tough for Brandon Hodney to talk about that day. For years, he's operated Sodak Marina. He sells boats, he fixes boats. He is no stranger to the water or the people who like to spend time on it.
I can't imagine.
But what happened last July 3rd leaves Brandon speechless. 13-year-old Emmy Gorman had been on a tube being pulled by a jet ski, something that a countless number of kids have done on Lake Madison. But during her ride, she fell off the tube, into the water. She floated and waited for help, but was then hit in the head by a jet ski going at a high rate of speed. Emmy died, and what had been a family holiday turned into unimaginable tragedy that multiplied as word got out about what happened. The Lake Madison community is a mixture of folks who live on the lake full-time and some part-timers as well. And for a lot of those families, what happened here broke their hearts.
We've talked about that accident, and we've talked about other things that happened on the lake, maybe near misses that you've heard about or seen.
Casey Crabtree lives on Lake Madison. He has 2 sons, ages 16 and 12, and tells me one of the things he worries about is, do the people enjoying the lake know what they're doing?
You have some sort of concerns sometimes with folks that may not be used to operating certain boats or certain jet skis.
So last weekend, Sodak Marina, along with South Dakota Game Fish and Parks, the Lake Madison Association, and other businesses, joined forces to host a safety training seminar focused on what people should and should not be doing on the water.
As these boats and jet skis get bigger and more powerful, and the lake gets busier and there's more of them, we want to make sure everybody knows how to operate them safely.
In the case of Emmy Gorman, she was hit by a man on a jet ski who later admitted he was going too fast at a time when the lake was just too busy.
When a boat cuts you off, or jet skis try to jump the wake, or a boat pulling a tube tries to jump the wake behind you, when your rider falls down, heads bob, and it's hard to see them, and everything happens so quickly.
And it's why Brandon is helping lead an effort trying to make sure no one else dies doing something that should be fun on the 3rd of July.
I think we can honor Emmy by making sure that we're taking safety seriously and avoiding anything like that would happen in the future.
Brandon Hodney says he is hoping to make these safety training sessions an annual event at Lake Madison, and says those who would say they don't need to go to this kind of training are probably the exact ones who do.